Hello, guys. Welcome
Damn,
back. I know that was really loud. Welcome back to Unpack Your Bag Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Perks. We got Matthias in the building today. Matty, Meaty,
Ratatouille. You know what? You know how
I used to think his name is Tobias, so don't, it's okay.
Whatever.
I called him Tobias for so long. I didn't even know. I know. I'm so sorry.
Somebody called me like that. Didn't say
yeah,
that.
and I just kept calling you Tobias. And then you told me your name once, and then I forgot, and I was like, I don't want to ask his name again. So I just kept saying Tobias. Even though I knew it was wrong. I was like, I don't want to say, what's your name again? So I'd rather call you the wrong name.
Until I correct you.
Yes, what's up, Ratatouille?
Cool. What's up?
How you doing, man?
Good. And yourself?
Good, man. It's hanging in there. Just, about the news and all this crazy shit going on right now. So
crazy.
It is.
No. Yeah, it's been like what? It's been like a week. Week
too.
It hasn't been like a week since we haven't.
Yeah, maybe like a little over a week. A little over a week. Yeah. So I know you want to talk about a little bit.
Let's go in.
Yeah, I want to go because I want to go straight in.
Oh shit.
I want to. You want to talk about.
I want to talk about a couple shit actually today.
Okay.
I want to talk about the fucking shooting.
Okay.
The shooting with Jacob.
Yeah. What's his name? Jake or Blake?
Blake
Jacobs.
Blake Jacobs.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to talk about the whole police shit, all that shit.
Okay.
Kind of with this whole, to be honest, I'm going to talk about all this propaganda shit, to be honest, on social media with the right and the left. I mean, kind of politics a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit about every shit.
For sure.
I mean, to start off.
Let's start about the shooting first. Because I really want to. Let's start the shooting because that was the one that just happened the most recent. And when I heard. Oh, you can go ahead. Go ahead first. I have a comment about it.
Well, I mean, first of all, nobody deserves to get shot in the back.
100%.
I mean, that's just a start.
100%.
Nobody deserves to get fucking killed or not killed, but shot like that in front of your fucking family.
Especially your 3 kids in the car.
That's just a trip.
Like
you're dramatizing the fuck out of your kids.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
imagine
kids,
seeing your parents gunned down in front of you by the police for
your heroes.
Especially when, from the story that I've heard is like he was stopping 2 women from fighting, and then they end up shooting him. But I don't know the full story yet.
Me either. I don't know the full story. There is a lot of shit about like he was a fucking criminal. He has a criminal record. All this shit. Here's my thing. I don't. If you're a criminal, he was a criminal, whatever.
Okay.
But you do not fucking deserve to get shot in the fucking back like that. Here's my thing. When somebody comes and robs you in the fucking house, can you shoot them from behind?
No.
They're stepping into your property.
Even knowing it's your property.
Even knowing it's your property. Can you shoot them on their back?
No.
What would happen?
You'll go to jail.
Why?
You'll get your ass arrested.
Okay.
You'll get your ass arrested for
so what the fuck?
Like
that's my shit. It doesn't matter if he was a criminal. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
That doesn't mean shit. It's a human fucking being.
For sure.
You get me? You're a fucking cop. You got 3 or 4 guys on you. You can't fucking tackle him. You can't fucking do something, but you gotta go and fucking pull out your gun and shoot him fucking 7 times in the back.
And there's always
that's my shit.
You can use pepper spray, you can use mace, you can use the electric taser, you can use your baton. I mean, you have a gang of more weapons than just a full
4
gun.
Motherfuckers with you against 1.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are police officer and you guys are fucking trained to fucking do all that, then what the fuck?
Yeah. But that's the problem. It's like. They're trained apparently, but then what I think the real issue with why this keeps happening, because we've had protests for a couple months now since George Floyd, and then you turn around and stuff is still happening, right? And I think the situation is a part of it is a lack of understanding culture, because what I've talked to a lot of white people about the situation in general and stuff, and what I've come to conclusion is that a lot of white people just don't understand black culture, and they are afraid. Apparently, this I'm just gonna say.
I'm glad you said that.
They're afraid apparently because. I mean, the media portrays black people a certain way a lot of times, especially when you keep hearing thugs and hoodlums and gangbangers, and there's a big portrayal,
monsters, rapists.
There's big portrayals of these kind of negative stereotypes, and if a white person has seen that throughout their entire life, then every time they see a black person, that's why they flinch or clench their purse, or they decide to walk across the street, or they look at you like you're trying to steal something,
No, and let me tell you, I'm gonna fucking be honest. I can't say that I have not sit here and fucking. I have not.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and be like, there has not been one point that. I mean, there was. I remember one time, dude. I'm gonna say this fucking story. Okay. I don't give a fuck in my. And I'm glad this guy did this shit, dude. I was cool. I lived in San Francisco for a while, right? Okay. So my brother wasn't used to it.
Okay.
So we were walking, right, and then there was a whole bunch of homeless people there, and it was kind of on the ghetto, kind of on the bad area, right?
Okay.
So he goes, and my brother has an umbrella.
Okay.
And he just kind of, you can tell that he just like firms it, like you know, he kind of gets like in a way like if anything happens, he's ready.
Like he's just showing that he's prepared.
Like in a way, like he just grabs. He like I think he was holding it. I don't know, but he just placed it differently. Like if anything, he was holding it, squeeze it harder.
He's going to kind of okay.
And the guy noticed.
Okay.
A black guy noticed.
Okay.
And he says something.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
He's like, fuck, this is wild. This is, I kind of want to, I don't remember fully, but it was like little,
okay.
Like, what's up? Like, he started talking to him, like, hey.
Yeah.
And then he didn't want to tell my brother, like, hey, I fucking saw you. Like, why? What the fuck? What was I going to do?
For sure.
But in the conversation and stuff, I knew my brother felt it. And after we walked away, he's like, fuck. He's like,
he kind of knew that he knew.
No, yeah, no. And my brother kind of was like, fuck, what? Like, yeah, he was right. Like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, why?
Yeah, for sure,
dude. And it has happened. Like, I can't sit here and fucking say that I have never, because when I was a little and now that I'm older, I mean, you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's because what you fucking say. I mean, it does shit that we see. I mean, shit that we see and shit that goes around a lot in the media. That's what's going around too right now.
Because I'm a black person, and it even happens to me where I would see black people and be like, kind of like, oh shit, like, you know. But it's more of a if the person seems sketchy, you know, if the person seems sketchy. But
of course.
So going back to the whole shooting thing, like, I think the reason why we're getting shot so much is because they are afraid.
They're scared.
Because they're thinking the worst of us.
I mean, I'm sorry
and
to say
we're also thinking the worst of them at the same time, you know? Because I'm like thinking every time I get pulled over, I'm like, literally, I'm terrified. I would say 9 out of 10 times, I've always been afraid of, like, I don't know what's going to happen today. You know, and it sucks that that's the way it has to be, but that's really what the reality is. If I'm getting pulled over with my credentials, I don't do anything bad. I'm a nurse, you know, I'm a minister, but when the time I'm getting pulled over, that's all out the window. Like, it don't even matter. So I'm like thinking, like, there was one time I got pulled over. Me and two of my friends were black dudes. We're leaving from, you remember Beck's? You know that little place? Okay. Yeah. So we're leaving there. I didn't drink. Thank God I just didn't drink anything, because I was like, they were going to drink. I'm like, I'm going to stay sober, you know, and just not drink that night, which I didn't drink anything. So we're about to leave. It's like, I don't know, probably 1 o'clock in the morning. We get into the car, and then as soon as we pull off, you know, I'm driving my friend's car, and then we get pulled over. And so, like, as I'm pulling over, I'm like, shit, the cops like, hey, like, be like, relax, you know what I mean? So I'm like, my hands are already up on the steering wheel. I'm already like
fucking
set.
Afraid.
But they're like, man, nothing's gonna happen with man. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Are you black? Like, like,
you're in Lancaster Boulevard.
You're not exempt from this, like, you know. And so the cop came up. I was super polite, you know, super like respect, you know, like, hey, like, you know, just pulled away, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He just said he had a tail light out. He didn't give me a ticket. He let us go. But I was afraid, like, the whole time, because I don't know. It's in the middle of the night. I got three black dudes deep in an old Honda Accord. Yeah. I'm a dark-skinned dude. And this cop, white dude, I have no idea how his day was, if he had a bad day and wants to just go off, or somebody, another black dude just pissed him off, and now I'm the one he's going to have to bust over the head, you know what I mean? So, but I think, and there's been times where that situation, nothing happened, you know? I've been pulled over, nothing happened. There's been times where I've been pulled over, they accused me from selling drugs from a guy who actually was selling drugs, and then I was the guy they thought was selling drugs, and they never even talked to the guy who was apparently selling drugs too.
No.
So, I mean, I get it, but I think a lot of it comes from fear of just, they think of what they've seen.
They're scared.
And they're already like, yo, this motherfucker tries anything, we're gonna shoot, because he's probably gonna shoot us, you know?
Yeah.
So,
no, I feel like, to be honest, they have they're scared of black people. It's fucked up to say it, but they are. And here's my thing. Some, like, people forget police officers are regular fucking human beings that are our neighbors and whatnot. Yeah. They're fucking kids. Some of them are fucking, I'm not gonna bash on nobody, but there's people I'm pretty sure that we both know that are fucking don't have nothing going on with their life, but what they decide to do, oh, I can be a cop and get good career and become a fucking cop, and they were fucking loose.
And you got through the system,
and you got through, and you were a fucking sheriff.
Yeah, for sure. No, I understand, and that's the problem is because one, the police need to have more training. It shouldn't be just 6 months, and I think there needs to be a big training on cultural diversity, number one, and then number two, I think that every officer should have mandatory weekly counseling or therapy.
Yep.
Because of that job, I understand like it's like the high stress comes with the job, but it is a high stressful job. You know, you're dealing with people that you never know who may have it could be a white person.
It's a dangerous job. It's a fucking stressful job. So I get it.
Instead of taking away the money from the police,
it's not. We don't need to.
I think we should reform it because, like, at the end of the day, I know damn well if someone breaks and I'm gonna end up calling the cops. It's not gonna be like, hey, someone broke in my shit. I'm not gonna call anybody. You know what I mean?
No.
It's still needed, but we just need to reform how they operate and get rid of some stuff. But with that shooting, though, I mean, as I look at it, it was just like, this is a lack of cultural understanding, number one, and then two, this guy is operating in like a fearful defensive mindset, you know,
because he's fucking scared,
which I understand, but it doesn't justify shooting anybody.
No,
you know,
fuck no.
Especially this day and age, it's like, bro.
I think he was fucking scared when he got off and saw he was like, fuck.
Yeah, and he's looking at a black dude go to his car, and then he's thinking like, what he knows from people seeing and black dudes and being in cars and people being shot and gangbangers and all this crazy shit. So I mean, but that's still not our fault.
No, I agree. But a lot of shit too right now is a social media look. Right now, I'm getting like I see a lot of people dividing was like, oh, the fuck the black lives too and all this shit. Because what's going on? You've seen a lot of videos with they're putting right now. I feel like right now they're pumping this propaganda shit of you know, black innocent kids fucking up vendors, homeless people, all this shit. Like that's what I see a lot of shit in my videos, and then people are starting to get pissed and like fuck this and all stuff. But people fucking forget about themselves and everything. Like, you really sit in here and fucking think that us Hispanic don't fucking do that shit? We do fucked up shit. Yeah, white people do fucked up shit to themselves. I mean, it's general. It's everywhere.
Everybody does
but the
it.
fucking media is pushing it and it's trying to separate us. That's a whole different fucking story.
Yeah, for sure.
You get I mean? People are getting confused with the whole fucking, oh, well, they want fucking protests and all stuff. Then why they're fucking up all this stuff? Like,
you know what?
They're getting a whole bunch of shit fucking confused about this shit.
Here, you know why that people are fucking breaking shit? Because black people are still getting killed.
I understand that.
That's the fucking reason.
I understand that.
What else do you like? How long do you wait for someone to smack you in the face over and over until you fucking reach back and knock them the fuck out?
Like, here's my thing.
That's the thing. Like, people don't understand the protest. I don't agree with it. But
this shit happened in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
The protest, right? It's fucking 2020. We're still doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're telling me that it doesn't it's not real? It's bullshit.
Yeah, and
you're telling me that's
only
bullshit.
60 years ago. It's not that long ago. My mom was alive when then. My grandma. You know what I mean?
I think people.
Fuck.
Okay, slavery ended. Like, fuck, I don't even know the exact date.
1860 something. 60.
It should be your grandparents' grandpa's probably is a slave, if I'm not mistaken. That time limit.
Yeah,
that's not that fucking far.
It's not.
That's not
2 generations ago.
That's not. And it's not about bringing it up. It's not about like, oh, well, your fucking past, you use your past. No, it's not that. It's like, you gotta fucking see the whole thing while everything is evolving to this fucking point because of everything that has fucking happened.
But you know what? It's crazy that you, like, I just thought of this right now when you were saying that. People, you were like, oh, will you bring up your past as an excuse kind of thing, you know? Right? That's what they're, that's to some degree, right? Like, oh, you're just gonna use that, right?
Yeah.
But bitch, if your dad was a fucking alcoholic and your mom was a drug addict, you might have some fucking issues that don't just go away because you just decided to, hey, wake up.
No. Yeah.
Shit kind of takes a while for shit to kind of get out of your family lineage.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you may be the one anomaly exception that didn't have any issues, but growing up with a addicted mom and then a drug or alcoholic father, you might have some psychological problems. You might have to see some shit you shouldn't have seen as a kid.
That's what
you
it is,
have to
too.
Do something. And then this is like
culture.
Generational trauma.
But that goes to culture too.
Yeah,
that goes to culture.
And then on top of it is like the crack epidemic hit in the hoods that was placed inside. So there's like been a lot of shit that's been done. That's like they're gonna try to say like, oh, slavery was long ago, but then why was there still people doing KKK and killing black people in the 1900s?
Yeah. No.
People getting lynched and killed. Your own dad. You wake up and your dad is killed and hung outside with his balls ripped off.
It's so.
And then you have to see that as a kid and then grow up. and you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
Like that's. I mean, just to be realistic, like shit. Why don't motherfuckers take responsibility of the shit that they kind of did, and then how the system fostered that?
Yeah.
You know, give someone the benefit of the doubt. Give it a break. Give a break sometimes. Like shit.
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I feel like everyone's always trying to blame blacks and all this stuff, but how I feel is like I'm all for accountability.
Same.
I'm all for accountability. And I think that black people need to understand that too. Like, what shit did happen, but it doesn't mean you get to just sit there and just be fucked up and do stupid shit just because it's happening. You know, you still have a mind. Yeah. You still are smart, you know, but they need to take accountability too.
Same.
And that's the problem is like, we can take accountability, but if y'all don't, y'all need to take accountability. Fuck that. That's how I feel about it.
No,
take
I
accountability.
agree.
Own up for the shit that happened. It may not have been you, but your ancestors did do this, and you benefit from it to some degree.
Dude, that's the same thing when I told you about the foundation shit. It's a fucking. I mean, dude, that's a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they're kind of fucking waving off like, no, it's nothing. It's like a whatever thing. Like, fuck you guys. And like, dude, that's a big fucking matter.
It's a huge deal because
a foundation to nothing. It's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it is. And
you know how these rich kids, when they have everything lined up for them, how successful are they? It's a big fucking deal. So you're telling me that it's not a fucking big deal, that it was whatever? Like, no, that's bullshit.
And
that's
if it's not a big deal, then give us some fucking money. Shut the fuck up. If it ain't a big deal, give me your fucking money, then shut the fuck up. That's how I feel. Because honestly, I was more neutral before. I was really neutral, like in the middle. But now I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking overseeing black people getting shot, black people getting ridiculed, black people getting talked down to. And that comes from whites and from blacks. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, everybody needs to shut the fuck up and let people do what they need to do to figure it out. I know protesting may not be the best solution, but what the fuck else do you want us to do? We tried everything else. We just protest regular. No shit happens. We say shit. We march. Nothing happens. You still shoot people in the back. The fucking back.
I mean, didn't they kill Martin Luther King?
Yeah. So it's like, yo, I mean, it's like, what the, you know what I mean? A peaceful protest. The what's the word I'm looking for? The epitome of peaceful protest is Martin Luther King, and he got killed.
Yeah.
So why the fuck do you think anybody should be peaceful anymore?
No, I mean,
that's how I partially feel. But the other side of me still, like, logically, I'm still gonna be a reasonable person.
I get that, but that's where I think we ourselves have to be like, all right, we can't take this fucking anger on that, because like I said, that's why when I see the whole propaganda shit and all that stuff, is like people are getting pissed about this and people are dividing this, like the whole shooting shit. I see a lot of people posting about like, well, he had a fucking a pocket knife, or he had a criminal record.
So the fuck what?
That's my shit. Like, what are you trying to justify?
And
like, what are you trying to?
Because you walk around with a fucking pen, you want to get shot.
Here's my shit too. Those are the same fucking people. And here's my thing. I think people forget where they come from, because I know a couple fucking people that are posting shit about criminals and all that stuff.
And these being that shit heavy.
And they shouldn't fucking speak about it, because either their family member or something is a fucking criminal. But they want to fucking go and say all this shit like, oh, fuck them, they should die, criminals and all that shit. Okay.
Why do you think that criminals should die? You know,
why?
Did you realize we all woke up as sinners, motherfucker?
Well, that's, I mean, you know what?
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, why are jails for?
Like,
to put criminals away.
Exactly. Right. That's what it's for.
Right.
I
so
mean,
if he was a criminal, then why do we not put him a fucking way? Like, why do we got to kill him?
It's already bad enough that a lot of blacks are getting locked up in general anyways. It's already bad enough that now you got to say, well, he should die. When the fuck are you deciding when somebody else should die based on what you think was the worst?
Yeah.
You might be fucking doing tax fraud right now.
No.
You know? You might be doing tax fraud. No one's fucking telling you to die.
There's a lot of shit that I think doesn't that I think people don't see, or I think people gotta talk with more of the people and fucking figure out. Like, that's how sometimes I find out shit, is by talking to the people and see what the fuck they do and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, here's the crazy shit. Do you want to pause or what?
No, you're good.
Okay.
1 minute. I want something to say about that, what you said too.
I did a job for one of the firemen that worked in Palmdale that was there when they saw the kid hanging.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
So we did his job, and this is how what he told us. They were pulling back into the truck. It was like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock at nighttime. They were pulling back. He says they were going, and then a guy was coming up to him, was waving at them. And at first they were like, you know, typical Palmdale. Yeah, it's like probably the guys on drug. They were like, hey, what's up, waving? Yeah. And he said like I kept on insisting, like, hey, and just kept on fucking waving at them and bugging them.
Okay.
So then they go and they're like, well, what the fuck is this guy's deal?
Anyway.
So then he says he gets off, and he's like looking where the guy's pointing at, and he points at the tree. He kind of. They see something, and then they walk closer and they see the body, and then he's like, "Oh fuck, okay." That's so sad.
Wow.
So so here's the details that he told me.
Okay.
And then I have some other shit from somebody that I know that their family, their relative is not family, but
like a friend or family, or somebody
is a cop, sheriff.
Okay.
So he says that they went and the kid was hanging.
Okay.
They're saying he says that the way that it was tied, the stuff that was tied, like the tree and stuff, it was funky. He said it didn't look like somebody like threw something over the rope or because it was like some cloth, some bedsheet clothing, some shit too, with some rope. That's where he hanged himself.
Okay.
So he said it didn't.
Bedsheet clothing. Okay.
It didn't look. He said it didn't look like somebody kind of like threw something over the rope and like pull them and hang them. No? He said it was like tied to a branch and then tied to another branch and stuff like that, and it got to a point where he kind of just like scooted himself off a branch where he just had nothing to hang.
Okay.
And he said he was there perfectly with his backpack, his hat was on, just nice and clean. Okay. He didn't have any bruises, no nothing.
Okay.
It was just
like was no foul play essentially.
Nothing. Like if he did it. That's what they call it, right? So that's how they find him.
Okay.
And then he goes on, you know, the FBI and all this shit, and then he says he talks to some buddies, you know, some police officers too. Supposedly the police had footage of him buying the stuff that they actually found.
Okay.
In
like
the tree,
from the store.
Okay. He was actually in a psych hospital, I think in Nevada.
Oh, okay.
So he has been
some kind of mental issues.
He has been some kind of mental issues.
Okay.
And I think they were trying to catch him. This is what he said. They tried to catch him for like some molestation or something like that. I guess they had something on him and they were gonna catch him. And I think like supposed to like he knew, you know, they were coming.
Okay.
Because I guess they visited him a couple days before too.
Okay.
Because they had their eye on him.
Okay.
You know, and I heard this. I heard the same shit from my buddy. That, you know, that.
Okay. Same thing.
Yes. So.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. I mean, it could have been. And you know what? He said, the fireman said, he's like, you know, it's crazy how all this stuff is going on. He's like, but fuck, you know, they say when it rains, it pours. And that's what happened. You know, it could have been. It could have been that he really killed himself, but I mean, everything going on, it fucking poured.
Yeah, and because it definitely, I thought it was like foul play. You know?
No,
and,
same.
I mean,
because
even you telling me that,
because
I'm still skeptical. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there.
Me either.
I'm just going by what somebody said. You know, which, you know, warranted. And I'm not saying it's not true. It's just at today's day and age.
Well, like I said, like he says, everything going on.
I don't see a lot of black fools hanging themselves. Like I just don't.
But that's the thing. It's not talked about.
It's not.
A lot of that shit is not talked about.
You know.
A lot of shit is not talked about.
That's true.
Because in like you said, certain culture, you're a bitch.
Yeah, that's true. Which I understand, especially like masculine, like the males. Like it's hard to have that dialogue because there's such a stigma around being vulnerable. Like a part of being vulnerable with society is as a man is like you're a bitch or you're like you weak or you don't, you know. And I don't know, that situation is just crazy. And something you said earlier that brought up something in my mind about like, you know, racism and stuff, and like, you know, we're talking about fear and what we've seen, and you know how your brother clinched his like umbrella thing or whatever. And I was talking to somebody and I was explaining to him, like, we hear a lot on the media about the stuff that happens to different cultures and different races and stuff, and there's so much racism and, you know, all these different situations that you see are happening in the media, you know. But I was saying, like, instead of basing everything you know off what somebody else has told you, base it off your interactions with people.
Yeah. I completely agree.
I think that's one of the biggest takeaways, because like I can say everybody is racist from what the media tells me, right? Because neo-Nazis, all this stuff, and, you know, white supremacists and white nationalists, all that kind of crap. But if I base it off my personal experience, I've encountered racism. Don't get me wrong, but it's not on the level that I see on the news.
We counter racism in our own fucking. In our own fucking culture. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, I mean, we have black, dark skin, light skins. I'm sure, you know.
The fucking perfect movie I think everybody needs to go fucking watch again is American History X.
Oh,
go watch that fucking movie
Edward
again.
Norton, Houghton, whatever his name is.
Go watch that fucking movie again and actually take from that shit. What the fuck? Like, that guy was a fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
He was a Nazi. Mm-hmm. And what happened? A fucking black guy saved him from jail.
Yeah.
And his whole shit changed because his own fucking people wanted to kill him and they raped him. His own people. His own fucking people.
Right.
Raped his brothers.
See?
So that's why the movie is so fucking great. That's why I love that fucking movie, because he comes out and he's like, dude, like, this shit is all bullshit.
And it's all fucking
all
wrong.
Bullshit.
And you know what? No, I gotta say this.
That's a great fucking movie.
I gotta say this, what you just said. Because black people get blamed all the time for, oh, well, you know, if your music wasn't so bad, or black and black crime, or why are you guys killing each other if all this happens? But that happens in every fucking culture. I don't hear white people getting blamed saying, well, it's fucked up because you guys killed you. White people kill white people all the damn time, too.
Fucking people want to talk about gangs.
Even in that movie.
The gangs and all that shit. Like, imagine fucking Salvador, the MS-13, how fucking terrified people are about. I mean, the cartel. We do it to our own fucking. And here's the most shit. Cartels, they don't just fucking kill. No. They fucking get your family. They're going to get your fucking kids. They're going to get your wife. They chop them up. Dude, I saw a fucking video. I saw a fucking video. This shit was crazy. I saw a fucking video. They go cut that guy's chest open. Mm-hmm. They go and rip out a piece of his heart. The guy that cuts it rips out a piece of his heart and fucking bites it.
Oh my god!
And that guy is just fucking in the dude. The video is fucking crazy. That guy is fucking laid on the floor and like all this is open. Like you see the lung and like his body is still trying to pump, and that guy's just like choking on his blood, and you just see like the whole thing, and all those guys are fucking laughing. They're laughing.
That's
like nothing.
Evil shit.
So for people to be like, oh well, fuck them, and like, nah, man, you guys, we gotta step back and fucking just be like real. And see like
look at the whole.
See the whole and actually look at the real fucking problem. Like this shit is not happening. This shit is not going on just because we fucking, or you got, you know, black people decide like fuck this. We're gonna fuck no.
And that's the problem, because like
it's not.
That's the problem, because people act like blacks are the only ones that do shit at all.
No,
that
man,
only
it's all
happen.
of us.
But
it's
like,
all of us.
Dude, I've seen
it's all of us.
I've seen white fools get drunkest and get crazy as fuck. More than I've seen black dudes get drunk and crazy. I would say I've seen a lot of white dudes get really gnarly.
No, dude,
getting drunk.
It goes both.
So to say that like, oh, we're more dangerous or this and that, it's like,
no,
bitch, look at your own people.
It's all. We're all. That's the thing. That's why I think like when I say the propaganda is trying to separate. I mean, just like the whole thing when. Fucking guys that shot schools, that shot kids.
Oh! Thank you. I was like, how many white people do you see?
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Right now, the whole thing is about save our children's, right? Mm-hmm, I mean, the whole pedophile shit, which I truly fucking believe there's a motherfucking. 100%. Here's what I want to say before I go back and forth.
Okay.
If any motherfucker thinks. Like, oh yeah, Trump is leading the way to fucking like the pedophile shit and all that stuff. Fuck you. They're all pedophiles. They're all in it. All those motherfuckers are in it. Trump's fucking BFFs, Epstein, the Clintons are in it. All those motherfuckers are pedophile. To me, I think a good majority are fucking pedophiles.
I think there's a lot. I think there's a huge amount.
But then people to fucking say that Trump is the fucking god that's gonna stop him. Was that one group that the Quorum or the whatever the right wing group that's saying that they're gonna take out the deep state? That oh yeah, Trump is doing this and is putting people. How the fuck do you believe that shit? First of all, Trump is a guy that fucking loves to fucking be like, yeah, I'm the big guy, I do all this shit. Wouldn't you think he'd be public about it? And this is his fucking almost last year, and now he's gonna crack down the pedophiles?
Which I think should have been a fight a long time ago. In general, and with the fact that it's even going on is a problem in general.
I mean, no, of course. You know, but my thing is like, so now he's the fucking guy that's gonna stop the pedophiles where everything's going on.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like,
motherfuckers,
like all of a sudden now,
go back and look at all the fucking lawsuits that he has against with little fucking kids, him and Epstein's, with fucking, they settlements with little kids about fucking touching them and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's all fucking court files. Wow. Like that's why I think people always just, they want to fucking choose what the fuck they want to believe and not, and say fuck no or not, and that's why we got to
see. So people, what people tend to do is, which I've seen this happen, and I've been a culprit of this. I try not to do like this anymore, which I've been a lot better at. But people tend to do is, when they have an agenda, they tend to look for evidence that fits their agenda. You know,
that's true.
So, so going to your point with like Donald Trump, people that may support him may be looking for
fuck him,
the agenda of that, which I don't know if it's true. I don't know, because I don't follow politics, so I don't have an answer like yes or no. I don't know. He could be.
And okay, and I'm gonna say a thing.
You know, but
I have researched a little bit of shit.
Okay.
Here's my shit. Any motherfucker that says, well, Trump, Epstein, whatever, look at all his motherfucking associates that he has done business with, Turkey guys and all that shit, that have been fucking caught for fucking child molestation and shit. So you're telling me
it's horrible.
You're telling me, you know, all your homies are doing it, but you're not doing it, or you're keeping your mouth shut? That's still fucking cool.
To me, if you keep your mouth shut, it's like you're just as bad.
Fuck no. That's all bullshit.
And the thing is, like, I understand. I think it goes much deeper than surfacely, because you think about it, the average person probably wouldn't put up with this kind of stuff, like in generally, right? But then if you know what people are capable of doing, like it's kind of like the cartel. Let's use a cartel, for example. Imagine if the cartel was doing a pedophilia ring, but
they probably are.
But if you do anything, you're dead. Your wife is dead. Your children are dead, and then your cousins are dead, and your mom is dead, and your dad. You know, that it's like, do you want to really speak up? Because the amount of danger that you put in yourself, and not only yourself but even your family in, is maybe a reason why people that are in that situation who don't say anything is maybe a reason why they don't. Which I don't agree. I'm not saying I agree, but what I'm saying is, I just don't see is like people being okay with that. I just don't see it unless they have something hanging over your head that's detrimental.
Like what is he so afraid of? Like what are they so afraid of?
I don't know. I think it goes deep, because I've heard a lot about like Hollywood, and just I think kind of Hollywood transcends over into like government stuff. But I know I heard like a lot of trends, like if you want to be really accepted into Hollywood, that you have to be accepted into Hollywood. And you really become like a mega star, like really famous, top tier, that you got to do kind of crazy shit, which sometimes may involve like raping a man, for example, and it's being recorded.
No, yeah.
And then they have
Justin Bieber talks about it.
To blackmail you later on. If you ever decide you want to say like, hey, they raped me, it's like they release footage of you like putting your finger in some guy's butt, you know, or something crazy, you know?
Okay.
So it's like, I think they use like these tactics of blackmailing you, or they call you, or if you do trying to go against them, they call you crazy.
Well, no, I can. Oh fuck, dude.
I'm joking.
Hey, don't even get started.
No. Chantel told me, she's like, you always bring Kanye West up. I'm like, nah, I'm just saying it makes sense. It was a joke. Kanye was went against it. They called him crazy and shit numerous times. But anyways, that's whole other conversation. But
no,
yeah,
it's, man, this is a lot of shit. I think, to be honest, is quarantine, this COVID shit has got to a lot of people, and I gotta say, even to me, just being locked up a little bit too, and not socializing a lot than I was before, it has a little bit of effect. You know what, I catch myself too wanting to be more home than going outside now. Me too. I actually really enjoy being home, which I was never like that before. No, I love being outside. I love being around people. I love interacting. You know what, there's something inside of me that still fights like, dude, what the fuck, I don't want to be home. It's crazy, for sure, because I still get kind of like stir crazy look, because I work at home, you know, so I'm like, it's awesome. But it's like, I'm like, you know, but no, I agree. But I think that people are starting to get over this coronavirus stuff, because I'm looking at people just starting to party again, and not saying that America's opened up fully, but I noticed that people are starting just to be like, fuck it, like, because like, I mean, how I look at it is like, with coronavirus, it's unknown, because like I had to debate with one of my friends, and my point was like, I'm not tripping if people decide to go out and do what they're going to do. Like, I'm not tripping. And if you're so scared, just wear a mask, because apparently wearing a mask stops you from getting it. Yeah. So if you're wearing your mask, then why are you tripping? That was my stance. But then my friend was like, the thing is nobody really knows what this thing is or what it's really capable of. So we're going out and doing all this stuff, and we don't really know what we're actually getting into for sure. I mean, it could be fake, could be real.
No. But in the event that it is real and we really don't know anything, is it worth it to put yourself out there? But where I'm at is still like, I got God on my side, number one. And I'm still not going to be stupid, but I'm not going to stop living my life.
Like, he's not going to heal you from virus.
No.
That's all I got to say, though.
Oh, well, get out of here. You never know what God can do, man. Don't trip. And like, I'm not limiting my God, okay? You may limit yours. If my God can create the whole entire universe, I think he can heal me if it was his time.
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, like, hey.
A lot of people pray to cure cancer, and it didn't happen. So I'm just saying he can't kill it. I mean,
all I'm saying is,
let's be real.
All I'm saying,
modern medicine.
Look, all I'm saying is the spirit realm is way deeper.
I agree. You know my shit.
I know you. I'm just playing my stance. I'm a believer, y'all. Hey, y'all heard me. You know what I'm
a believer too.
Actually, this might be good. Let's talk about this for a little bit. A little bit of religion. Now I think about it. We got some time, a little bit.
All right.
I guess because we jumped on this topic. With you, what is your stance? Are you more like,
I believe,
open universe? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in multiple gods? Like, where are you at? I'm just curious. Are you a Christian, Catholic, non-atheist, Buddhist? Like, I just curious.
I mean, I don't know, man. I go on my little roller coasters, to be honest.
Okay, I understand.
I do believe that. I do believe that I could be.
Yeah, he's like, sometimes you kind of hear, then sometimes this time it feels a little more. And, okay.
But it's not like there's not nothing. I do believe there is a God.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
I do believe that. I do. How could I put it? It's kind of hard, man. Cause
that's okay.
Because like I do believe, like, there's a Jesus, and then I believe kind of there's like a higher power, not Jesus, like God.
Okay.
I don't know. I understand. Because
I understand.
Then I go to like kind of reality, like what's real and what's not real. You know, I there was a good time when, remember I told you I was locked up in my little fucking little studio. I researched a lot of the brain, the brain, how the brain works and shit like that.
Right.
So. Yeah, I get. I believe in God and science. I believe in science.
So you believe there's a higher power, but you also believe in the laws of physics and science and everything.
Both.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I'm a Christian though. I do believe in Jesus personally.
I'm not saying I don't believe.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying that you don't. But I go through those. I've been in that moment many times where I'm like, Jesus is Lord, and God. But then I'm like, Is this religion? Am I just learning about religion? And is this really just another bigger entity, God, but it's not? Maybe each religion has its own design purpose. Like, people, that was,
Yeah.
So I've been in that roller coaster too.
Just like to say, like, aliens cannot be true, but fuck, NASA fucking confirmed that there is alien crap. I mean, so
you do you believe that the world is flat or round? Round? Okay.
Oh, I mean, come on. You're a fucking idiot. You believe that shit is flat. No, but man. You believe in dinosaurs or not?
Did you hear about the fake bones they had in the museums?
Supposedly the whole fucking. Some people don't believe dinosaurs are real.
I don't know. The thing is, like, everything is so.
Some people don't believe the Holocaust is not real.
Well, did you know that I heard something very interesting, which I don't know. This is just what I heard. I'm not saying this is what I believe. This is what I heard, and this is just what I heard, and that's it. So don't try to say this and make it seem like I believe this. I'm just telling you what I heard. But that Hitler was like,
knew the blacks were the Jews.
No.
Because I read some other shit like that too.
No. He was kind of like a hero. That's what they are saying. And they're saying that everyone's been brainwashed to think that Hitler is this evil maniac guy. But then I seen a news clipping article from him from at that time, and it said that Hitler had arrested not the Rothschild, one of those big bankers. He had arrested and seized, and I don't know if it's Rothschild. It might have been Rothschild, but he seized all their assets. And I was like, was this a deeper thing? Like, was this Hitler trying to? They were pretty much saying, was Hitler trying to stop them from having control of the world? And so he did this crazy thing by killing all these Jews and people because he's trying to stop them from having power and running the whole entire world. That's what they were saying. Not saying I believe that. I'm just saying that's what I heard.
Let me read
know
you
if that's
something.
true or not.
There's a lot of shit going on too, but then there's shit that I think is you got to go more forward to it.
I just saw it, but I didn't go deep in it.
So talking about Hitler, this is how
I just heard that. I don't know. If that's true or not.
This is how propaganda. Look, I saw this. People, I've seen people post this. Supposedly, there's a quote or a hoax. There's a quote that it's a poster of Hitler, and it's just a confession. It says, Hitler said even when his death, he would start World War III. One of his soldiers asked how. Hitler replied, "This is supposed to be on one of his books."
Okay,
right. The day mankind finds out what I was trying to defend this nation, Germany, from then that's the day World War III will start. From on that day, mankind will learn that I was trying to save my nation from the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Jews.
Oh, okay.
For if the Americans win the war, then they will conquer the war and forever be a slave to the Jews, and they will try to conquer God. Do you know who? Do you know how who American has in possession? No, the soldier replied. The Americans have the jewels of God. The Americans have stolen God's precious jewels. What do you mean his precious jewels? The soldier asked Hitler. America has stolen the Jews of God. His jewelries, the Negroes. They are the true Hebrews. I mean, it makes you think about a lot of shit, right? But so I started to read on. I started to read on. And they're saying that he never really published that in his book and stuff like that. But here's my thing. Have I heard about the Black Hebrew stuff before? Yeah, of course. I mean, so it's crazy how a lot of shit too, like it's like boom, 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 all together. Because there's a lot of shit with Hitler.
And going back to the Black Hebrew thing, I heard. How do I say this? Because I heard that. Like Black people are the original people, you know. If that's so, what I think when I hear that is like, okay, why is it that all these cultures hate Black people? You know, number one, and why is it that I personally feel like there's always been an attack on Black people for a really long time? You know, and maybe the reason why is because they know if that is true, maybe they know the truth, and they don't want anybody else to know the truth. So that's why they keep every Black person into like a situation of looking like in a demeanor or derogatory or less than type of situation to keep that narrative so we never get into the rightful place. That was just a theory that I had. You know, which I don't know. I don't know.
I don't.
But I did hear that Blacks are the original. I heard. But everybody came from Black, so it means that everybody is technically Black then as well.
Yeah, no.
So if that's the case, everyone's Black.
My brother did a little. He's like, we're like 1 or 2%, like.
Oh really?
African, like I mean a little like, small percentage.
If they give out reparations, you're like, I am 1% Black. Every person when they can start getting reparations, like in 10 years, like are we giving all Black $1 million? Everybody, hey, I'm Black. Hey, I'm like 2%. I got cousins who's half Black.
2.
Like, hold on.
Hey, 2 right here.
What a 2% is that? I'm gonna see
1.5, like, baby.
I'm 0.5. Like what?
Oh shit! He's like, you're close.
How many white folks are you gonna see? Be like, hey, I'm part Black. Like, that's look at me so bad. $1 million? Hey, I'm Black though now. I am for sure. I'm Black and I'm proud. Like what? You were a white supremacist before. What are you talking about? Like no, that wasn't me, man. Oh no, but no, that's just we all come from Africa. So I mean, but I think if that's the case, if that is true, then it makes sense. If that is the agenda, that totally would fit.
I mean, there's a lot of shit
but there's so many conspiracies.
So much shit. So much shit was going on. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I go back to like the whole shit with social media and propaganda and everything right now. Because like, dude, I see people saying shit about trafficking, about all this shit, but like, who the fuck are the people really posting behind that? Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? Yeah. Who the fuck that you have suddenly you have all this fucking information when everything's going on? Who's making this pages? Out? Who the fuck is that? Like, all those motherfuckers do is just repost shit about videos and all this stuff, but never fucking show their face, never talking, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So and then they can drive what they want to put in that shit, and they have fucking a shitload of followers, and they believe that shit. And some people eat that shit up. And the same way the people talk shit about how does the fucking left eat up all the shit that they is the same way the fucking right eats up that shit. It's the same fucking way.
And like I said before, people go with what fits in their beliefs. That's what it is. And that's why for me, that's why I've had like my thoughts of like Christianity and like up and down for a little bit, because I've always been like open-minded individual, like what's true is not true. I'm not trying to just be blindly following one thing. Like I want to look for myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to have someone tell me. I want to see it myself. I want to have my own personal experience. And that goes back into what we were talking about before about like, instead of you letting media tell you how people are, why don't you use your interactions first? Yeah, sure. And I think if everybody can do that, which there might be interactions where
it's hard because of this, because the phone, because this is literally like social media, like
it's like your social time,
It's your But I mean, it's such a. That's why shit like
that's the problem.
That's what, to be honest, when people post shit about shit like, oh fuck this, like I don't write to him like piss. I just kind of like don't let this shit fucking wash you. Don't let this shit divide you into like hatred to one shit to another, because that's what they're trying to do. That's what they want.
And that's why I want everybody to understand is like that's what they want. They want everyone to be divided.
When people talk about, it's like, yeah, if we come together, we destroy. Okay, but stop talking shit and stop saying fuck this one, fuck that one. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't.
Why don't you base it off the character and the intent of the person?
It's I don't know, man.
Like, that's what I think. Base it off the character and the intent of the person that you are talking to, and nothing else outside of that. Have your judgments, keep it to yourself until it's been proven.
That comes to experience too. I think that comes, between us, that comes with life and experience with life. You know, I have been in different cultures. I have been exposed to different cultures because of where I live, 100%, because of everything. So I think that does make an impact on too. Because when kids are not around that, or when you don't grow up around that, when you see that shit, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I agree, because that's how I was raised too, different cultures. But then, like, my thing is especially with black people, because like I know a lot of pro-black people. I'm pro-black myself, but I hear people and they're just saying all this crazy stuff, like, oh fuck them, white folks are racist. Warranted, it's true. Some of it's true, right? I'm not saying it's not. And I've been in the situations where I've been in white folks that are blatantly racist. I've been with white folks that are kind of racist. I've been with white folks that aren't racist until you piss them off and then they're racist. I've been with white folks who aren't racist at all. So I mean, I've been very well immersed in white culture and very well in black culture, So when I'm coming at you and you're telling me fuck them, fucking this, that, whoop, 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 but you haven't even been in their circles, you haven't been around their community, you're just going by what you've heard or what you've seen and what you've been taught. You might want to take what I'm saying a little more, because I've been heavy in black culture, deep, pro-black, where it's like fuck white people, and then I've been with white people that accept you completely. So why my point of view, and the reason why I'm so open-minded, because I've seen both sides a lot clearer than you've seen both sides.
And I think that has to do a big impact too on like your train of thought and everything growing up. Because I sit back and I look up, I was like, how the fuck do people not think like us?
I don't understand it.
I don't
understand it. It's like
how you can't just be fair?
Just go have a conversation with somebody. Just go. I see.
Or not. Or just like don't be so fucking like fuck this, or like your beliefs, like cause I try to not go on my beliefs. I try to look at everything and see.
Yeah. Same.
You get me? Mm-hmm. That's my shit. Mm-hmm. If that guy was fucking hitting a little kid, or he was doing something bad, and all that stuff, then could stop, and then you get shot.
For sure.
That's how it is. I mean, I
understand.
And then we gotta be fucking real. We gotta be fair and open minded, and be like, okay, this when shit is wrong is wrong.
And that's the only thing I'm trying to say. That's my shit. That's the only thing I'm trying to say.
That's my only shit. Whatever is wrong is wrong. If you like, here's my thing, people too. Like, put yourself in their fucking shoes. Like, how about if that was your brother or your or something?
Yeah,
it doesn't fucking matter.
Just have empathy.
That's what it is.
Just have empathy for other people and other humans, because whether you're white, black, or what doesn't matter. Mexican,
but everybody is just
Cuban,
fuck you.
We're all human. We all have the same red blood. Mm-hmm. We all have veins and a heart. Yeah. dick,
all got problems.
vagina. We all have cultural issues. We all have upbringing issues. We all have mental issues. Look at the world we live in today.
Yeah. No.
Like, so we all have fucked up shit. And who is to say that mine is worse than yours? I can't say that because I'm going by my personal experience. I want to live my life.
Yeah.
So I can't say because my aunt died and you didn't make it into college for your family. That doesn't mean that your struggle is less or my struggle is more. It's circumstantial.
Yeah.
It depends on how you take it. Some people can die. You don't even care. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Some people may not get into college. They don't give a fuck. So it just depends on the person. So I just feel like let's just have empathy of other people. Let's empathize of others. Instead of just being gun ho to fuck you, let's be gun ho to be like, hey, well, let me try to understand you.
Yeah, no.
And that's all I want. That's all I want.
I'm more of a fucking fair game type of shit, and kind of no excuses bullshit. Mm-hmm. I mean, because there's really no excuses.
There's not.
I mean,
especially now today in this age. I mean,
but then I have to understand too, like people kind of forget about fucking like I've heard people like, well, you choose your life, you grow up, and you don't have to do that. And I get that. I agree. You're right.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
But in today's society, your gender and your skin color matters.
It does.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Like,
it does.
Like here's my thing. Your girl or whatever, they probably experience a lot of different. They probably sometimes can't get job positions or they're unqualified or because they're just women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Same even I can even say with me. Sometimes I don't get a job because I can have the skills and do it, but if I'm a young kid, they're not gonna give it to me.
They're not. They won't.
You might be qualified, but they don't like you because you're black. They're not gonna give it to you.
Yeah. Which it happens.
That's the fucking real world. I mean, and for us to be like that doesn't happen is fucking pure bullshit.
And that's the problem. Like,
that's people. That's the problem. People are ignoring that. Like oh nothing. Like I tell these people like, look, you wanna like fuck the black life whatever. Okay, will you be black in today's society? Honest, I wouldn't.
Thank you.
I real shit. Will you be a black person in today's society? Well, I told somebody. I told somebody, but I mean, it was different because they were female. So I mean, but then I told her, I was like, look, you're telling me that you don't get judged because you're a girl. Mm-hmm. So if you get judged, you don't think that the other person's getting judged because of their skin color?
Exactly.
I mean, come on. So that's my thing. We gotta fucking become aware of that's the problem. That's the fucking problem.
And if someone were to say, would you be black in America? And the person responds and says no, that means that they know that something is wrong.
They're not stupid, bro.
We're not stupid. That something is wrong and that they're willing to tolerate it. And the lady who did that experiment was Jane Elliott.
No, I seen that shit. Super and dope. That's how it came into my mind because I seen that shit. And it's fucking true.
I mean, I didn't even think about the question until she asked. I'm like, wow, that's a really profound point. It's true. To say that I wouldn't want to be black in the society means that that's fucked up. Something is fucked up, But
there's some unfair shit.
It's where we live in, unfortunately.
But people don't see that shit, and people are like, well, what the fuck are they doing? Like,
but now here white people say, well, I have problems too. I'm not rich, and then I have family problems too. And I didn't grow up with a dad, and this and this and that. I hear it. But what you're not realizing is when you go outside and you get pulled over by the cops, or you go into a store and they call security on the aisle that you're on because you're on the beer aisle and no one else on the aisle, and they decide to call security.
No, shit happens.
It's not because you're black. You don't have to worry about getting pulled over and worry that you may get shot and not go see your family again today.
Look, it's funny.
Even if you're doing everything right. So don't try to tell me shit.
Some people doesn't look like I speak Spanish.
Yeah,
So really? when I go to job sites and all that shit, they think I'm a white boy.
Like güero.
Güero, you get me?
It's a güero, right? Güero.
So fuck it.
Yeah. I'm not speaking Spanish till I'll know what you're saying, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
But you get me?
Yeah, for sure.
But for me, it's like infiltrate the system. Like, all right, you think I can fucking speak Spanish? That's cool. But then when I leave, I'm like, okay, nos vemos. Que tenga un buen día. Bye. And then some of them are like,
they're like, oh, we were talking shit. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah,
that's what I've always wanted to learn Spanish for that reason. Just because I'm black, like they'll never see me.
But no, I mean, just
imagine being fluently Spanish and you're a black dude, like, and don't even know. Then all of a sudden, like, coming across the kid, like, I don't know Spanish. That's fucked up. I don't know. I'm just saying that'd be kind of cool. Like blending, like, yeah, what's up? I can hang, dog. What's up?
But no, I mean, if sometimes we get judged by that, So
for sure.
And then sometimes we use it to an advantage.
Yeah.
Just like here's my thing. Here's another like advantage. Here's one just bullshit shit.
Okay.
You know, girls use their pussies and guys use their money.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. That's the way the world is. That's just
bro. That's real. Real shit.
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that is the reality we live in. It is the reality of it is. I don't think that's changing anytime soon.
I know women, it's not a topic, but yeah.
Yeah, and
that's not all.
And we're these are all generalized. We're just joking generalizations. It's not saying that all women want money or can or men use their money. Not women all use their pussy. Some use their tits. Yeah. You know, some men use other things. You know, they lie about their money and stuff. So we're just gonna put it out there. But,
so no.
Some men use their money and their lies. Women use their vagina and their tits. I mean, I'm just saying. But
No, I mean, and that's how society is. Like, go back to like the sometimes we do shit for our advantage.
Yeah.
To get what we want.
For sure. Which I understand. And that's why I don't understand why people, especially like we gotta wrap it up. Like we got like 2 minutes left, but that's why I don't understand about black people. It's like, if white people were this danger people and they've been so evil this whole time, which has been documented during history, then what makes you think they're going to give you any power now? What makes you think you're going to get any leverage now? If they've been hoarding this power this whole time, they've been trying to keep you down under this whole time, they've been trying to for sure put you in a place so you can't get up, why do you think now they would change that if that is really how you feel? That's my question. If you can explain why you believe that, then but I just don't see how you can think that every white person is bad, every white person's racist, every white person's evil, they're all out to get you, but then you believe in the system that they created that was technically against you. So if you can answer that question, talk to me. But that's my little sidebar rant. No, but this is really good, man. This is really good topic.
My thing is to be honest, we, like you said, the cops, they need more training, man. We need, like, Navy SEALs and all that shit. They do training every fucking... And they do missions, like high missions. Mm-hmm. Now, cops are going out daily to fucking... With cops, with robbers and all that shit. And they go back to regular home and don't talk to nobody and don't train for, like, shit.
Yeah, I think it should be mandatory to have therapy sessions they need once a week.
How many fucking fat... fucking cops are they? God damn it, that's my biggest shit, too. That shit... It doesn't... Like, it's just... I'm looking at them and I'm like... You're a motherfucker that'll pull out your gun and fucking shoot. You're not gonna run. You're not gonna fucking run.
That says no fat cops.
Like, how is it? You get in, you do one fucking fit test, and then that's it.
Yeah, you should be in shape.
Like how?
I think you should be in shape. Because if
you're unhealthy, I mean, let's go realistic. If you're unhealthy, fucks up just the way you. Just fucks up a lot of shit.
Look at for athletes. If you're an athlete, you got to be in shape. You got to be able to perform, right?
You got to eat well.
As your job. You have to perform at any drop of a dime as a police officer. So you should be in shape. At least somewhat. I'm not saying you can't be a little chubby, but if you got to run, you got to be able to, get it.
Do a fitness test every fucking couple months. 6 months or a year, you got to fucking pass a fitness test.
I don't think you should be 300 or 400 pounds working as a police officer.
That's my shit.
Unless you like a detective or something. Maybe
it's a fitness. Fitness test. But there's a lot of shit they got to do with the cops, man. 6 months of fucking training, and that's it. You go on the street to go fucking kill somebody, or
like
to go
like
get a gun?
I said, I think that more training, more in-depth training, and then 2, also therapy, mandatory therapy, or counseling every week,
a month,
because that's a lot to take on as a person in general. Like that's a lot,
Fuck yeah.
I empathize for some of the cops, because it is a lot. You could deal with
a lot of shit
all the time, So.
Imagine their best friend that dies.
Exactly. On the field,
What do you think? Imagine if somebody kills their fucking best friend. What do you think they get inside? Anger?
Or even if you end up getting a shootout with an actual person and then shooting somebody, if they're shooting at you and you kill them, that's still stuff you need to unpack.
Oh yeah.
And maybe you might need to come on Unpack Your Bag Podcast. That was a good plug.
That's a good way to end it.
If you guys have anything, please, come on the show and let's talk about the real, because we all got to learn. We all got to deal with each other. Mm-hmm. Cops dealing with people dealing with the cops. And we got to figure out a way to not die and not shooting everybody. We got to have more training, more understanding, and more empathy of everybody. I understand the job is real, but also these lives are real. These people are real. These are real people, real families. Even the cops have real families. I'm not telling you to go out and kill cops like it's crazy, I think this reform. Don't take away money. Reform and do it better.
Train them. Yeah. Don't fucking just pick up anybody too.
Yeah, let's do a little better job, America. Hopefully this conversation gets to you guys and y'all be able to understand. But thank you guys for tuning in so much. Thank you, Matthias, for coming by, brother. Appreciate it. We're gonna chug on the way out as a podcast. Are you ready? Let's dig it deep. You know what I'm saying? Outro up. Cue the music.
Every note is a page that's saved in my yearbook. Time travel feelings with every single ear hook. Remember that time to the girl you kissed? Crazy how sounds can assist to reminisce, and it brings a real big smile to my face every time it claps and erects with the bass with my hands raised up like don't turn that shit up when we kiss the jam. Fist that shit, make it bounce around, make it dance around, make it lounge around. Now don't stop, come on, don't stop, come on.